Little tour of the room. The bathroom. Hello, so I'm very tired and I want to go take a shower and just go to sleep, like straight to sleep. So I'm gonna try and make this quick, but basically this will be my Portaventura vlog. So I'm here for 4 days with my family. So my parents, my siblings, my nieces and nephews, and also Pedro's here. And yeah, we're just a really big group. We're having a lot of fun, but today was really just a lot because we got up really early to catch a flight at 8 a.m. and then we had to go from Barcelona to here, which is still like an hour drive. And then we got to the park and we had lunch and then we just explored a little bit of the park. The main park, because we are still not going to Ferrari Land. We're probably going on Monday. So yeah, we just explored the main park and we went to a few rides and we basically just did the whole park but didn't go to every single ride. We just went to select few, and I think it was not actually the first one, but one of the highlights, I guess, of the day was Furious Baco, and I actually got a photo. And this ride was so fun. I'm actually sad that it was so short because I wish it was a little bit longer. But the first impact of the ride, you just go like really, really fast at first. And yeah, I guess you can see by my face and Pedro's face that I was struggling. I was just like, what is happening? I wasn't expecting for it to go like super fast at first. So yeah, it caught me off guard, and this is my face. I look so funny. And yeah, I got this photo just to remember that moment. I think it was so funny. Then we just went to a bunch of other places. We went to the Sesame Street place. What is it called? Sesame Adventure, I think. And that was really fun for my nieces and nephews. They really loved all the rides there. I didn't go to any of them, but hopefully tomorrow we'll go to. I'm so tired. The names are just not popping up in my head. I think it's Mission. What is it called? Pedro's right here. Sorry. I think it's called Street Mission, something along those lines. And it's in the Sesame Street place, and always has the biggest queue because it's just for kids and adults. I think it's kind of the same thing as the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disney, where you just like shoot at things with like a gun and 3D glasses. I think that's the point of the ride, and I really want to go to that one because I've heard a lot of great things. So yeah, hopefully we'll go all tomorrow, the whole family, which will be fun. And also we got to the park like later, like after lunch, so like at 2, 3. So then we kind of enjoyed the park almost until it closed. And it was actually the best thing because most of the rides, like especially the bigger rides, were empty. So we got to go on Dragon Can twice in a row because there was no queue. And basically that ride just has 7 loops in a row. And it's really aggressive, but it was so fun, honestly. The first time I was on it, I was actually kind of scared at first because it's really high and it goes really fast. You know, it's just a lot of stuff happening. But then, like, the second time, it was a blast. And I would honestly go again. Maybe I will tomorrow. The park is actually bigger than I thought. So we still have a lot of rides that we still have to explore tomorrow and on Monday. Which is nice. And hopefully tomorrow I'll go on Shambhala. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, but that is bigger than Dragon Can, and it looks intimidating, honestly. But I think I just need to go. I think that's my mission for tomorrow, is go on the Sesame Street street mission. Is that what's, I don't know, I'll put the name here. And also go on Shambhala. Face my fears. I think I'm gonna, like, the first time I will obviously hate it. Maybe not, but maybe at first I'll hate it, and then I'll just end up loving it and go a second time if there's no queue. But yeah, I guess that was my day. It was really a lot. Just a lot happening. Especially like we're a group of 15 people, so it's a lot of people to kind of like a lot of people want to do different things and want to go different places, so it's a lot of things to manage. But it was fun, and I think I'm just gonna go straight to sleep now because I'm really tired, even though it's like 9 p.m. right now. But yeah, I'll just chill and then go to sleep. Tomorrow we have actually a full day at the park because today it wasn't a full day. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Second day. Hello from the third day. So, yesterday I completely forgot to do a recap of the day. I was just so tired at night that I went straight to sleep. But basically, we did a lot of things yesterday. It was our first full day at the park, so we just had a bunch of time to do a bunch of things. And we started in the far west region and we went to the wooden roller coasters. There's two of them. There's Stampeda, which is the one for adults, and then there's Tomahawk, which is the one for kids. And we went to both. They're both great, honestly. Even the one for kids had like a big drop, and it was honestly not as intense as Stampede, but just as great. Then we also did some things in the Mexico region, which honestly just wasn't my favorite. I don't know, I just didn't like any of the rides there. They were all basically for kids, and yeah, weren't that great. And then we also went to Street Mission finally, and there was a 40-minute queue, but there's always a 40-minute queue, either like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So we just went because we wanted to go, and it was so worth the wait. I don't think it was 40 minutes on like that we were waiting, but yeah, even still, like it was really worth it. It's just so fun. It's kind of, as I explained yesterday, it's kind of the same thing as Buzz Lightyear, where you have to like shoot at cookies because you're trying to find the big cookie that was stolen. And yeah, it was really fun. I was in third place, which is great because I was in the back row, and I feel like it's harder from there. So yeah, that was great. And then it finally came the time which I was really nervous about. We had set out to go to Shambhala yesterday, which is the biggest roller coaster in the like first park in the Portaventura park. And honestly, I was really scared. That roller coaster is big, huge, and intimidating. And yeah, I was really scared to go on, to be honest. So first we actually went to Dragon Con, which we had already been on, which is a bit smaller also. And then we went to Shambhala. And I was scared, but I felt like if I didn't go, I would regret it, because I just wanted to know if I liked it or not. So I just went on the queue. It was like 20 minutes. And yeah, up until the last point where I could say I didn't want to go, I was like, I'm not gonna go. But then I just went, and I'm so glad I did. Like before going, I actually researched a lot about the roller coaster. I just wanted to know everything. And I knew the height of the drop, I knew how long the roller coaster was on for, and that was one of the things that scared me the most. It's because the roller coaster is 3 minutes long, which doesn't feel like a lot, but for a roller coaster it actually is a lot, because most roller coasters are like a minute and a half or something. So yeah, it was 3 minutes long, and I was just like, if I hate it, like what if I by the first drop, because it starts with like going up the highest to the highest point and then dropping, what if I just hate it from that point and then I just have to keep on going for more minutes? So I was really scared about that, but then I went, and honestly it was the best roller coaster probably that I've ever been on, and the best one that I've been in this park. It was just amazing. Like the feeling you get on the roller coaster is just unlike anything you can describe, honestly. And the view from the top, it's beautiful. It's also unlike anything. And yeah, I'm so glad that I went. I'm so glad that I faced my fear head on. And I was just like, I'm gonna go. And yeah, I want to go today again, to be honest. Today we have another full day at the park, and then we're also going to Ferrari Land in the afternoon. And I wanted to go in Shambhala again one more time before we go. And before we go to Ferrari Land. And we also want to go to the water attractions. There's actually a water park here, but it's closed. But there's like 3 attractions that you kind of get wet on them. So yeah, we wanted to go today because the weather is nicer than it was yesterday. And yeah, it's the Grand Canyon or Grand something Rapids, the Tutuki Splash, and also another one which is for kids. So yeah, we want to go on those 3. Maybe I'll repeat Furious Baco, the one that we did a few days ago. I'm not sure though. And I want to repeat Shambhala again. And yeah, those are my plans for today for the main park. And then we're going to Ferrari Land at 4. And that's when I need to decide if I want to go on the big roller coaster, because there's an even bigger one than Shambhala. So yeah, I'm kind of scared for that one as well. But it's the same thing with Shambhala. I feel like if I don't go, I will regret it, because when am I gonna come back to Portaventura? I don't know. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go. Also, the ride is super short, because like you go really high and then you just drop and that's it. And the really high is 120 meters. So yeah, that's fun. And it goes really fast. But it's short, and if I hate it, it will be over in a second. So maybe I will go. There's also a bunch of other rides at Ferrari Land, which I don't know the names of, but we're gonna try and go to every single one. I feel like that's doable for an afternoon. So yeah, I guess those are my plans for today. We've been having a lot of fun. The weather has been nice. I feel like today is a bit hotter than it was yesterday, which is good for the water rides, but not good for like waiting in lines and stuff. But yeah, we'll make do. And I guess I will see you guys later today to tell you all about what I did. I ended up not doing recaps of the last 2 days of the trip because I was just really tired, and honestly I kind of forgot, so I'm just gonna do a little voiceover. Right after breakfast we went to a bunch of rides in Mexico and also in the far west region that we still hadn't gone to, just stuff for kids, smaller stuff that didn't have a lot of queues. And just before lunch, we decided to go on the water rides, like I had said previously. And we went on Silver River Flume, which was a really great ride. I got really wet on that ride, so I had to buy a rain poncho. And then we also went on the Grand Canyon Rapids, which was honestly underwhelming. And before we went to Ferrari Land, we actually got to go on Shambhala once again, which was really fun. I don't really know why, but Ferrari Land only opens at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, so we got there at 5, and it was already pretty full, and we basically went straight to one of the first main attractions, which is Flying Dreams, I think. It's basically a pavilion, and it has 2 showings of different kind of like movies, where it's kind of like Soaring from Disneyland, where you're just like hanging from someplace and it's like you're flying across cities and places. And I think there's 2 different versions of that, but we went to the one on the right and it was just okay, I guess. And then it was time to go on Red Force, and honestly I don't know why, maybe it's because I had gone to Shambhala that same day and the previous day, but I just wasn't really that nervous, and I went and it was super fun. And honestly, afterwards, I kind of wish I had gone a second time, but we just didn't have time because the queue was 15 minutes long as we were leaving, and we had dinner reservations, so we just didn't have time to go a second time. But it will be for a next trip. I will definitely go again. It was just a super fun ride. It was super fast. I honestly, there's no other feeling to describe being on Red Force, and I'm so glad that I went. And then on the last day, we got to the park a bit earlier than the days before, and we decided to go once again on Street Mission. It was just such a fun ride. So we got there and there was basically no queue, so it was just getting in and getting out. And then we just had the rest of the morning to explore a little bit more of the park. So we decided to go on a few attractions for kids with my nieces and nephews, and it was really fun. We had a really nice morning, the last morning at the park, because then we had to get our plane back home. Overall, Portaventura was just so fun. I don't know why, but I felt like it wouldn't be as fun as it was. I thought the park was smaller, and it honestly exceeded my expectations. It was such a lovely couple of days being at the park and being with my family. So yeah, that was my trip to Portaventura, and I will see you guys on a next video.